And we're live. On that note, choosing us. Back at you with another episode. This is a big, this is going to be a good one. That did not
You're
come out
still
well.
flustered from the conversation beforehand.
Oh, yeah. It was a funny conversation. All the dirty, naughty things said into the recording mic.
That's great.
That did not make it on Final Cuts.
I hope not.
We'd have to mark the explicit for this episode. Too funny. So we previously tried to discuss or decide on what we wanted to discuss. And one topic that we've covered several episodes ago was the role of the father in the home and the role of masculinity. And that's kind of leaving in this world. And now we're going to do the flip side, the role of the mother, femininity, which kind of is getting looked down on.
Yeah.
In today's day and age. If somebody asks me, what does your wife do? It's kind of a 50-50 toss. When I say, oh, she's a stay-at-home mom. Like, oh, okay. Almost like disappointed. Like, really? That's all she does? Or they say, that's awesome. That's really cool that you guys are blessed that she could do that. We're not blessed to do that. Or we are blessed to do that. Or what have you. But so many women with this very femininity, women's strength, women empowerment have really gone back to work for a variety of reasons. And less and less are staying at home and finding that to be a cause-worthy career, livelihood, use of time, use of energy. And it's amazing to see this dynamic shift in the world right now.
Well, and we're losing some of that feminine energy. It has become looked down upon, that not by everybody obviously, but women staying home and raising their kids and doing the chores, like cleaning the house, doing the laundry, getting the groceries, making the dinner, being the homemaker. It's looked down upon, and there's a lot of women that don't want to do it anymore. They're like, I don't want to stay home all day and do the laundry and clean the house. You should be helping me with that. It's gone away, and it's cool when I have found some women that are really trying to bring that back and to show that it does still exist. It's just looked down upon. And obviously it looks different for everybody. What they want looks different, and how they see their family and how they want their family life to operate. And that's a conversation for every couple to have before they get married, of what you want that to look like. Because I know there are some men out there that are like, I don't want my wife to sit home all day and spend my money and just sit around and take naps all day. I want her to work. I want her to help support and make money and put in her effort too. And I do know people that are that way. And that is a huge conversation that you have to have when you're dating, of what you want that dynamic to look like. And yes, if both partners want to work, they want that for themselves, then great, that's awesome. That's what works for them. But I feel like the importance of motherhood and the importance of a mom, we are seeing in the world right now the effects of that, of not having those stay-at-home moms. We are seeing the effects on the children of this generation, the kids coming and getting older, that they don't have that safe space at home. They don't have that mom that's there when they get home from school that they can talk to, that's making them food, that's helping them feel secure and loved, and helping to teach them, because the world is teaching our kids a lot of things right now. And if they don't have a safe space at home, to where they can actually learn from their parents and learn proper things that the world is trying to teach us one thing, and what are you learning at home? And some kids don't really have a home. Some kids come home and mom and dad are both gone and it's empty. And so they're watching movies or on their tablets or whatever that may look like. We have lost a lot of stay-at-home moms, and people don't think about the seriousness of that and how it's affecting this generation.
And they've lost the divine role that is being a mother. And there's a lot of things that come with being a woman. There's a lot of things called hormones and the shifting of hormones every month when women are on their cycles. And different women experience this in a variety of ways. And I grew up with my sisters, variety of ways between them and my mom. And then when women go through pregnancy, a massive shift of hormones, a massive shift in everything they knew, understood, comprehended. It all changes. Sometimes temporarily, sometimes permanently. Depends on how the body reacts. But you hear so often, oh, it's that time of the month, this, that, the other, from both parties. Bunch of excuses. I can't do it. I'm on my period. And we were just at the pool the other day, and one of the ladies goes, oh, I can't go in. It's that time of the month. I can't play with my kids. It's that time of the month. With all these different excuses why she wanted to lounge out in the sun and sunbathe. And I just thought that was so odd, because that's not how we are. And as the husband, as the father, as the spouse, we have to take on more roles sometimes when that takes place. When Michaela was pregnant with our second, she was sick for the first 20-something weeks. Very sick. And so very little was done on her part outside of making a human, which is a lot of work.
Literally on the couch when you left for work, and I was on the couch when you got home from work. And it was really difficult. And
I was in the lab during that time.
Yep,
so I was
gone all day.
I was gone for 10 or 12 hours a day.
And I would feel horrible because you would come home and the house would be a disaster, or the dishes would be piling up in the sink and the laundry wouldn't be done. And I was home all day and I was on the couch and I felt super guilty about it. But you came home and you never complained. You never said anything bad or negative about it. You were always so supportive, and we're like, you're making a baby. You came home from a full day at work and came right in and started doing the dishes and the laundry and stepping up. And that was hard for me to watch. But at the same time, that was an extremely hard time for me physically, that I'm so grateful that you stepped up and were not complaining about all the things that I wasn't doing.
So men, this is kind of your wake-up call. If you're not doing that, if you're complaining when she's on her cycle or having a hormonal swing or just being a crazy woman, which happens.
It does happen.
But sitting around pouting and just saying, oh, why are you doing this? I always have to do that. Whatever excuse comes to your mind and out of your mouth, it's time to give it up. And it's time to do better. It's time to stand up and take care of the things that need to be done. Yes, for most of our listener base, the men are probably the breadwinners. They're probably the ones that bring home and pay for the bills. But because of that, you also have a stewardship. And part of that stewardship is to ensure the COO of the home is handled. And if the COO is away, even mentally, the job still needs to be done. The operations of the home still have to take place. The dishes still have to be done. The laundry still has to be done. The toys still have to be put away. It is not okay to leave it all out and say, that's not my job. It makes me think about the Dog Poop Initiative, which is a kid's book. that is very fantastic principles. And the premise of this book is there's dog poop in the soccer field and everybody runs around it. Everybody's putting cones near it saying, don't step in the dog poop. But nobody's doing anything about it because it's not their job. Until finally somebody, a parent in the stand, walks out, cleans it up because they took it upon themselves to take the initiative to get it done. That's the same way in the house. It's the same way when mom is away, physically, mentally, emotionally, because of a variety of reasons caused by nature. And that's not an excuse per se for women to say, oh, I'm on my period, I'm not going to do anything. They still do their best. But sometimes their best isn't good enough. And that means the spouse, the husband, you got to step up and help fill the gap. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I hate the excuse, I did my best. Well, sometimes your best isn't good enough and you just sucked. And I say that, I've said that to employees, I've said that to business partners, I've said that to Michaela. Your best wasn't good enough. That doesn't mean it doesn't get done. It just means help is needed. Encouragement is needed. And it is spilling over onto you. And so many men that I know just say, oh, it just didn't get done. Because whatever reason. Versus just doing it themselves. And how important it is to support each other in these aspects and to support divine motherhood. And we've said this before in other episodes, but it bears repeating. You can come home from a very long, busy day at work and be exhausted and be tired and want to just sit on your phone, sit and veg, sit and do nothing, sit and watch a movie or a TV show and eat a burrito or a taco. But consider the fact that she too had a long day and is very tired and wants to have a rest, wants to sit on her phone, wants to sit and watch a TV show without having kids hanging on her. I was explaining to this person we mentioned last week's episode, we have this friend that came and we were doing something. I don't know what it was. I was doing the dishes and explaining how sometimes the laundry doesn't get done. And I said, when I do the laundry, the boys just stay downstairs. They stay playing in their toy room. They don't really bug me. I just do the laundry. That is not the way it is when Michaela does it.
Oh, wouldn't that be so nice? I would actually probably get it done at a good amount of time if that happened.
So when Michaela does the laundry,
I have 2 little boys who jump on the bed and destroy my piles about 3 seconds after I do them. And I have to, whenever I go to do the laundry and fold the laundry, I have to create something fun for them to do and literally sneak off as quietly as possible to the bedroom. And I get maybe 5 or 10 minutes before they are up there and on the bed and messing everything up. And so a lot of times, laundry specifically, I mean, this happens with dishes too, but laundry specifically, I end up doing it when you get home. And I will tell you, okay, play with the kids, wrestle with the kids, whatever you got to do, make them dinner. I'm going to go put the laundry away. And I get a little bit of time that's quiet and I can actually get it done. And that is hard sometimes. It's hard that you can do the same thing. And I'm grateful that you understand that and that you've recognized that it's not the same. And it's very different that when you are doing something and when you are doing a chore or doing the dishes or cleaning, whatever it may be, that they're not going to bother you while you do it. They just go and play. But for me, as the mom, I am their safe space. I am where they want to be all the time. And they will find me wherever I am. Wherever I am. But really, I'm learning to change my mindset around that. That's something I've been focusing a lot on, is my role as a mother. And I've been doing a lot of work because I tend to get frustrated and irritated with my kids and say, why me? Or you guys are so annoying right now, or bugging me, whatever it may be, that I can't get 5 seconds to myself. And how that is so negative and unresourceful, that I am working really hard on changing my wording, that I'm so grateful and I'm blessed that I have 2 healthy, beautiful boys who want to be everywhere I am. And I am their safe space. I am their best friend right now. I am who they lean on all the time, who they want to show everything to. And I think we really need more moms, not just a mother, not just someone who, yes, you gave birth to them.
An egg donor.
Yes. But we need to be more serious about our role as a mom, that you are who these kids look up to. Yes, they look up to dad, but the mother, the divine mom, the role that we have is so sacred and it's so special. And for a while, it's been taken for granted. And it hasn't been given the attention that it should be. That moms are wanting to go do other things, that kids are just there, that they're going to learn from school or church or wherever, from their friends, that they can go off and play with their friends all the time. But I feel like it's so important that you are getting down on the floor and playing with your kids, that you as the mom are teaching your kids. Stop leaving it to the world. Teach your kids in the home. Teach them love. Teach them respect. Teach them kindness. Teach them to serve all those around them. Teach them to be good human beings. Because they're not just going to naturally pick these things up, because once you get them in school and get them out in the world, they are going to learn from everything around them. And if they're getting themselves in bad situations, they're not going to have those core principles that should have been taught in the home to be their guide. That is what you have to teach. Not start teaching them when they're 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. At 10 years old, you're too late. You need to be teaching your kids when they are 2, 3, 4, when they are young, when they are still receptive, when they're still thinking you're the best person in the world and want to actually listen to what you have to say most of the time. Not all the time. But how important it is that your kids learn from you and they watch what you do. They watch everything that you do. And how important it is for the husbands to understand the importance of the role of mother, of mom, and how, yes, it looks different for everybody, but the way that Brad is with our kids is completely different from the way that I am, because he is who they want to play with, who they want to wrestle with, who they look up to, and they want to be like him. But when they stub their toe or scrape their knee, or someone's mean to them, anything that goes on, I am their safe space, and I'm who they go to, who they want comfort and love. And if you're not creating that space for them, then who are they going to get it from? Because they're not going to get it from dad. They learn how to process their emotions. They learn how to work through them, how to help others, all these principles to be a good person. For the most part, they're going to learn that from their mom.
Yep. What she said. Just listen to the last 5 minutes again. And it's important to understand that, as she said, we may do the same tasks, but they are not the same tasks. And doing things I can do in 5 minutes may take her an hour. And so picking up these tasks as the father, as the husband, as the spouse, as the support for the COO, it's important. And it gets all the tasks done that are necessary.
And being a stay-at-home mom is a full-time job. It is also something to be incredibly proud of. It is not easy. And I'm so grateful. And I love when people ask me, what do you do? What do you do for work? I'm a stay-at-home mom. I work my butt off. It is exhausting and it is so rewarding and I love it. And yes, you're going to have good days and bad days, but we need more moms. You don't need to be out in the world to make a difference. You're going to make a difference in your home.
We love you, moms. Dads, we love you too. But moms, we love you. Have this conversation with your friends and your family. Share this episode with your spouse if they don't listen to these episodes. Share these. The only way this show grows is by you sharing. This is a purely organic show, and we like to leave it that way. And it's super fun, super cool. Leave us a review wherever you listen to this. Find me on socials, Mr. Brad Draper.
And find me at Choosing Us.
Like this thing, subscribe to it, download it for future listenings. We love you guys. Bye.